right now. In terms of mechanics, yeah, it's closer to TVC, but I think there's a lot of, tricks to it that make it more Marvel-like.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. And I guess that's about all the questions we got. But are there any characters that you would like to see that haven't been announced?
I want to see Mike Hager.
Mike Hager. How would he play?
I don't know. I guess he would be pretty similar to Zangief, just on some notable differences. I don't know. I'm not making the game, so.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much, Brandon. Appreciate you taking the time. Thank you very much. And that was him. There's his awesome Deadpool drew the crowd. So, all right. Let me say bye to him. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right. You're welcome.
We need to talk to you. Alright, let's get this. Alright, I'll get this one then. And then we'll get this one. Alright, cool. Have a seat if you want.
Oh,
you want to sit?
You're in my head.
I'm in your head?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Alright, so first of all, introduce yourself to the stream. They're all there in Capcom land.
Hi, my name's Carmine. I was at the Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of Communities event the other day. I don't know if you saw the videos online.
We haven't put them up yet.
Sure, you can have them online.
Yeah. Right, I forgot fans were doing it too.
I made a miraculous comeback.
Well, before we go there though, before we get into that, let's give me your screen name. What's your Unity screen name?
Carmine Mac.
Let's spell it out here.
Carmine Mac.
M-A-C?
Yep.
Like that?
Yep.
All right. Carmine Mike. He represented Capcom. So let's give him a setup. So Wednesday we had that really exclusive Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of the Communities event, and Carmine Mike actually sent me a PM asking if he could go. Obviously, I went through and picked the 10 people that I think would be good fits, so I chose him as one of our reps. And it was at the Ace Hotel, and then Marvel did the same. Agent M had 10 of his guys send, their best to our event. It turned out really well. Everyone showed up on time. The suite was really nice.
That was awesome.
And we had MBC3 set up. We also had Mega Man Universe there. And
that music's still in my head, by the way.
The Mega Man Universe one? Yeah, it drills into there, yeah. So what we ended up doing was we had a little bit of practice at the beginning, and then we had a quiz night. So we had Agent M was asking Marvel questions, and I was asking Capcom questions, and it ended up in a tie.
The Marvel questions were crazy, though.
They were tough, right?
They were ridiculous.
So, well, I guess so were the Capcom ones if you weren't a Capcom fan, because we're a little bit biased.
But our Capcom fans came through on a lot of the Marvel questions. I had no idea. I had no idea about any Marvel question at all. The Capcom stuff I knew.
Yeah.
Most of it.
Yeah.
But they came through with like different universes and alien races and stuff.
What race was Beta Ray Bill from? Exactly, right?
What dimension is Clea from?
Even Marvel got that wrong. Anyway, so we did that. It ended up in a draw, so we decided we needed to do that tournament to determine who the real winner of the event was going to be.
Before we even had those first 10, earlier on, we just had kind of like a little casual assessment when we walked in.
Yeah.
And I was doing pretty well, and a couple of my teammates were doing pretty well, and everybody started pointing at me, oh, that's our guy, that's our guy. They were pointing to me like right away.
So you're already a celebrity going into it.
I guess so, yeah. I'm not that good at the game, but, I kind of just went with what was familiar to me. Like, I was playing Hulk, who I used to play a lot in Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, which most people don't like that game. But I do. And, that way I knew all his normals are pretty much the same in this as they are in that.
Yeah.
And he could do much more now with all the combos and whatnot off the ground and stuff. So
you, which 3 characters were you mainly using?
When I first started, I was trying to use Amaterasu, but I couldn't figure out how his normals work. They were all like these little low bites and stuff. I couldn't figure out. I saw Keats doing some stuff where he changed the weapon on the back to like this electric whip, and he was comboing the guy from across the screen.
Yeah.
I had no idea how to do that. I think it's down hard, and you could change the weapon.
Yeah.
But at that time, I couldn't do it, so then I ended up picking Morrigan because I was more familiar with her. She plays a lot like she does in TVC. And Morrigan, Skrull is Skrull is tricky now because people don't know how to get around his stuff. They don't know how to dodge the grab.
Yeah.
Seth said they actually made the grab stronger in the later builds of the game because it's not even that good, but people just don't understand it yet. So when I was planning to, like, my strategy against Marvel, because I wanted to take it down for Capcom, I was talking to Seth about Super Scroll. I said, how do I use it? What do I do? He said, oh, you do the throw, you mash on the light button, it's going to combo, and then you can do a super from there. So I just did that as much as possible. I abused that.
Very
but
cool.
Thank you, Seth, for that.
Yeah, the pro tips from the pro players. Basically, each team had 3 players, and it was basically the first person from the first team and the first person from the second team, and the winner stayed on. And if they defeated everyone else on the team, then that team automatically won.
Yeah.
So, first up, we had a really good player for Marvel.
Yeah, he was crazy good.
Brilliant. He was first up for Marvel, and he went through 2 of our guys,
Yes.
like, without any problems.
Yeah.
And it was like,
that put a lot of pressure on me.
we thought we were done. We were like, oh man, Marvel's gonna take it all. How did you guys pick a strategy as to who was gonna go up when?
I wanted to go last.
You wanted to go last?
Yeah, and nobody had any, objection to that.
Did you know, somewhere in your mind that you would probably be the last defense?
I was hoping, I wanted to be the anchor, so that if they did get through the other guys, hopefully I could pull it out.
So let's talk about how, when it came down to your match, what happened with the guy from Marvel? How did that play out?
The first guy, the guy that beat our
other guys.
I honestly, I've watched the video. I still don't even know exactly what happened, but it came down to time over. And you couldn't even tell how close it was by the life bars.
It was really close.
And then it said player 2 wins, and everybody went crazy.
Yeah.
But it still wasn't over for me. But I mean, that was really key.
Do you remember what he was using and who you were using?
Oh, I honestly don't remember. I just know was he using Skrull? I walked into a lot of
I think he might have been using Skrull, yeah.
I walked into his supers like pretty much every time he did them. I don't know why.
Bottom line was everyone was so hyped, and Capcom was sort of defeated because we thought it was going to be a win for them, and it shows player 2 wins, which is our side, and we're like, yes.
Yeah, nobody knew that was actually going to happen. When the round ended, and then player 2 wins came up.
Yeah,
and, it was amazing.
It was hype. It was very good. And then after that, what happened?
The second match, I took it down pretty easily. I switched out Amaterasu at that point. That's when I switched back to Morrigan, Skrull, and Hulk.
Yeah.
And that was a lot better. That one went pretty smooth.
And it was awesome. You defeated was the Beast.
If you were watching the stream earlier, I was beasting with Hulk a little bit on the stream. Also.
There you go. And actually, that video, I think, Shoryuken.com has all the videos from that night up.
Yes.
So if you want to check that out, watch it.
15 videos. The first 10 were the
15 videos?
The 10 exhibition matches. Actually, no, there's no number 7 because I think that was the guy who was recording. Playing that one.
Okay.
Those are the 10 exhibition matches, and then videos 11 through 15 are the 3-on-3.
That's crazy. I had no idea that they recorded all of that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, that's good. Good. So if you want to check them out, they're on Shoryuken.com, and they were pretty intense. So afterwards, I declared Capcom the winners.
We were playing for a copy of Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
We were playing for a copy of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and you guys won.
We won.
So they won the copies, but at the end of the night, we decided everyone was going to get a copy.
I thought that was awesome.
It was like an Oprah moment. Everybody gets a car.
Everybody did their best. Everybody, the Marvel guys came through on the trivia. That first guy almost took out our whole team. They deserve it.
Yeah,
they deserve
really did. It was so close. Agent M and I were talking. We're just like, you know what? Everyone deserves the copy.
In the bathroom. You guys went in the bathroom.
We went to the bathroom. Yeah, we did. We wanted to be a little bit secret from you guys.
That was weird.
Yes, everyone got a copy that was at the event. It was awesome. Obviously, they don't have it now, but you will get a copy. Do you guys have any questions for him? I know you guys. We had a gentleman named Brendan earlier. His name is Asian Prodigy on Unity. He was beasting with Deadpool.
I saw him over there.
You saw him over there.
Yeah.
So what they did was ask him just a whole bunch of questions about the game. Do you have... Well, I guess we'll open it up to them. Do you guys have any questions for him since he has so much experience with the game at this point? Which characters do you currently think are especially good or lacking right now compared to the rest of the cast?
The good characters, obviously Dante. I haven't touched Dante yet because it's just so daunting. He has so many moves. I really don't know where to start with him.
Yeah.
Deadpool's really good. They can do a lot of keep away. Anybody who has guns can do some crazy keep away. You tag in your guy, you shoot guns from across the screen.
Yep.
It's pretty nasty. But I mean, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 started out as a real keep away game, and then in the end, everybody just goes in and rushes down. So, maybe it's just the early stages of the game where the characters that can fight from afar are looking good now. Thor looks really bad. I mean, from what everybody says.
Yeah.
I haven't tried playing as him, but they say it's really hard to set up his command grab. I was talking to Keats at one point. He was talking about how even in an air combo, you can kind of try and reset the guy and then grab him.
Yeah.
And even that's like it's not working out. So I mean,
obviously
the game's not
yeah,
finished.
Yeah, it's all under construction.
And I love the big characters. I love Zangief. I love Hulk. I mean, I want to play as Thor. I like the grappler guys. So, I mean, once they kind of tweak him where he can do what a grappler's supposed to do, I think he'll be fine. I think everybody's panicking a little too much right now.
What do you think about Felicia?
Felicia, I played Felicia maybe once, in a casual session that night, and she's all right. I didn't really know how to use her. I kept trying to do her sand kick super from Marvel vs. Capcom 2. She doesn't have that. She has just one where she kind of rushes in and hits you. She has a way to charge up super meter. If you just press down on the button, she just sits there and charges up your meter for you.
Oh.
She has a tag in where you tag her in, and she just like touches you, kind of like the assist ones in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 where they get.
America.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've seen people play as Captain America.
I've seen a couple people.
Yeah.
He's certainly better than in MVC 2. He has the shield that hits on the way forward and the way back, and then you can kind of combo after that as well. He looks good. He's got the cartwheel move that can get you to either side of the guy, and then you can kind of mix them up from there.
Any characters you want to see added to the roster?
Who I would like to see added? I want to see Shuma Garath.
Really?
Because outside of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, has anybody ever heard of Shuma Garath before Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
Nobody. I think it's only because of MVC 2.
No, Shuma belongs in the game.
Shuma woot.
Come on, a grab that gains you life back.
Trombone isn't
Chaos
in the
Dimension.
build. He's asking why does no one pick Trombone. Trombone's not in this build. That's cool. Well, what's your background with fighting games? Like, what have you played in the past?
I've played a lot of games. I was never really a tournament player.
Yeah.
Growing up, I actually had an arcade around the block from me. I used to walk to in Levittown on Long Island, and I used to just go there and play the local competition. There'd be lines, at the Super Turbo machine. Alpha 1. Alpha 1's the first game I really started playing in the arcade. But like I said, I never really traveled to tournaments. I never got into that. But I've always dabbled.
Yeah. What about now?
Now I still, I play. Now I'm married. I don't have the luxury of just picking up and going wherever I want to go.
Yeah.
But as much as I can, I play.
Very cool. What Capcom character would you like to see?
Capcom character. I'm actually really excited about Spencer.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I was a huge fan of the original Bionic Commando. I love what you guys did with bring it back with Rearm Ben Judd and all his ideas. I mean, maybe the next gen game didn't really pan out, but I still think it's cool. I still think it's great that he did that, and he was really like ahead of his time with the whole like reviving the franchise through like a downloadable game like you guys are doing with Dead Rising now.
Yeah.
That was Ben Judd. That was Bionic Commando that did that, and I respect that. And seeing those old characters kind of carry into new franchises, I think that's awesome.
And he plays, judging from the gameplay, he plays a little bit like Mortal Kombat Scorpion, right?
Well, yeah, something like that.
With his grapple and everything.
It looks like you're never out of his range. Wherever he is, he can kind of grab you and then start comboing you again.
He even says, "Come here."
Get over here.
Come here, which is different than get over here. What about Arthur? Doesn't Arthur look insane?
Arthur looks crazy. I don't really know how you're gonna play as Arthur. Like, what's he gonna do? When he has the gold armor and the weapons are like going in the circle around him and stuff.
The lances and everything.
He's got lots of projectiles. What was hilarious, I don't know if